furious judge has ordered all financial and legal sanctions brought against the 12 European Super League plotters, including the English clubs, to be cancelled with immediate effect. In a stinging court order seen by Judge Manuel Ruiz de Lara, who presides over a commercial court in Madrid, has taken aim at UEFA, the Premier League and Italian Serie A, claiming they attempted to annihilate his attempts to defend the European Super League clubs in April. In that first ruling on April 20, the judge declared UEFA must not threaten clubs wanting to participate in the Super League or do anything that might deter them from joining. However, that has not stopped UEFA and the Premier League reaching agreements with 9 of the errant clubs, which will result in them accepting financial sanctions and future penalties. And it has also done nothing to prevent UEFA from opening a disciplinary investigation into the 3 remaining rebel clubs, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Juventus, which have refused to recant. This has clearly antagonized Judge Ruiz de Lara, who insists all of these actions are in breach of his initial judgment and contrary to European competition law. These actions constitute a flagrant violation of the order of April 20, 2021, he said in his latest ruling on Thursday. These are not isolated acts, but a succession of acts and statements forming part of a strategy devised by the defendants with the aim of provoking the ineffectiveness of a court decision. The opening of disciplinary proceedings against Real Madrid, Juventus and Barcelona constitutes a clear breach of the interim measures granted by the order of April 20, 2021. In his ruling, Judge Ruiz de Lara has instructed UEFA that the 3 unrepentant clubs must be allowed to compete in the Champions League next season. He has also told UEFA to abandon all disciplinary action against the 3 rebels, or risk serious financial and criminal sanctions. Under Spanish law, anyone ignoring a court order could face up to 1 year in prison. In addition, the 9 clubs that abandoned the ill-fated project within 2 days of its launch, which includes the 6 English clubs and Inter Milan, AC Milan and Atletico Madrid, should be freed from the agreement they made with UEFA in the aftermath of the scheme. This includes an obligation to pay £13 million to a solidarity fund, forego 5% of income from European competition next year and pay a £86 million penalty if they ever try to join a Super League again. The judge then directed his fury at the Premier League, insisting that UEFA has to tell the English top flight that all actions against the Big Six, Manchester United, Liverpool, Manchester United, Tottenham, Arsenal and Chelsea, must be annulled. The Premier League is due receive a goodwill gesture from the breakaway clubs of around £22 million, with any further attempts to leave subject to a 30-point deduction. Similarly, the Italian Football Federation is also warned to avoid any sanctions against Super League clubs. The judge is scathing of the agreements UEFA and the Premier League made with the repentant clubs, which resulted in financial sanctions. The concealed sanctions imposed on certain founding ESL clubs, simply under the euphemism of calling them an agreement, are a clear breach of our interim measures order, he said. Expert competition lawyers had warned that UEFA was flying close to the wind when it continued to pursue action against the Super League plotters and rebels. Specialist sports lawyer, Marc Orth, of Milan, told the Spanish court is saying to UEFA, "You can't get away with this. You cannot ignore our judgment." In many cases like this, it is typical for sports authorities to reach a settlement with the organizations involved and the substantive issue are not considered in court, as a result. But in this case, UEFA has only managed to get agreement with some of the clubs and the court is insisting that its decisions are respected. It could be very important, because this could result in the court making a major decision on whether clubs have the right, under competition law, to form a Super League or not. UEFA President Alexander Ceferin and Executive Committee member Javier Tebas, who is also president of La Liga, made outspoken remarks about the prospect of disciplinary action, which have also not gone unnoticed by the judge. The European football governing body was finally forced to cease its disciplinary case against the 3 rebel clubs in early June, when the judge's first court order reached UEFA headquarters in Lyon, Switzerland. However, the body announced the suspension, not a termination of the process. The latest development has offered encouragement to the rebels. Juventus chairman Andrea Agnelli, declared yesterday. "We are not scared of threats and we are confident that our legal action will lead to satisfactory results, but the real success would be if we return to a dialogue. We're absolutely certain we will play Champions League in the 2021-2022 season. Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Juventus are defended by Jean-Louis Dupont from the law firm Roca United, Martin Hissel from Elegizing Clifford Chance in Madrid.